All right. Okay. Got the right screen on. All right. As I mentioned, the the salaries have 0% COLA. The first few lines are all compensation. If the employees were in line for a step increase, so step increases have been incorporated into the budget. So I do have 3 full-time employees and 1 part-time. We have Paula, who works 10 to 12 hours a week, which helps us out with a variety of things around the office. Capital furnishings, just kept that about the same as last year. Computer equipment, that includes all the software licenses, and I'm planning on purchasing 1 computer. The seminars and conferences include some of the various events that we go to throughout the year, which include GFOA, Association of Towns, PERMA, who's our workers' comp carrier. I try to encourage the employees to continue their education. I think it pays dividends. In fact, Kim Hendy, the town accountant, she's been working on her GFI, which is a government finance institute, which is you achieve various qualifications through the GFOA, which is Government Finance Officers Association. So she's already achieved one of those levels, and she's working on the advanced level. So financial software tools, $4,900. That includes our fixed asset database. We also utilize a software called Lease Crunch, which does actuarial calculations to comply with a couple of the GASBs that are out there. Governmental accounting is driven by Government Accounting Standard Board publications, which give you guidelines for the rules of accounting around government. So the GASB 87 and 96 are surround around, have to do with leases. So we're required to do an actuarial calculation each year in regard to the various leases that the town has on hand. All right, financial consultants. I've got that one in here for $16,800. That includes more actuarial services for other post-employment benefits. That's to comply with GASB 75. There's money in here for the HSA and HRA administration, which are health savings accounts. There's some money in here for bond consultant. We utilize Municipal Solutions to assist us with our borrowings, which are various bond anticipation notes and the serial bonds that we issue on an annual basis. There's also $6,000 in here to engage a consultant to serve as the town's Munis Systems administrator. Brayton Connard had been handling quite a few of those duties, and he actually retired in January. So since that time, we've been trying to cover it with Kim Hendy and myself. And we're just thinking from an internal control standpoint, it would be better if we had a third party. So I did include some funds for that. Office supplies and machine stayed about the same year to year. Actually, it's down year to year. Based on history, I was able to bring that down a bit. Machine lease, that includes a Toshiba machine that we lease. It's about $250 a month, plus if you go over a certain number of copies, you have to pay some extra for that. Our software license fees, that's one of the biggest numbers in the budget. That actually includes our Munis software system. Munis is used for all of the accounting functions that the town does. That includes accounts payables, purchase orders, all the general ledger functions, budgeting, receivables, human resources, and payroll. So we've really been trying to fully utilize this software system. And I think when Braden arrived about 5 years ago, it really took it to another level between Braden and Kelsey. They really utilize the software to its fullest capacity. So in this line this year, I've included an additional amount for a new module, which is called the Munis Automation Module. It would basically enable the town to use AI to input information off of invoices. We're thinking that it would speed up the invoice entry process tremendously. We did see a demo on it just yesterday, so it's still in the development stages, but it's in the budget, and I think it can be a useful tool. So we'll see where we go with it. The next two lines are relatively minor. Bank administration costs, bank fees, director's expenses, which are various mileage fees, mileage reimbursements to business meetings around the town. Then we have our software consultant costs. This includes about $4,500 to implement the automation module and another $1,500 or so for training. So that's the finance piece. Then in addition to that, we have our annual audit. We hire a CPA firm to do an annual audit of the town. It's actually not required, but I think it's a good idea for a town of our size. It's definitely a best practice item. So this line item actually includes 4 separate engagements: the audit of the basic financial statements, agreed upon procedures for the town clerk, and agreed upon procedures for the town court. And if we need it, it also includes a single audit, which is required if you spend federal monies over $750,000 in a year. So that's in there at $47,000. So the total appropriations are about $570,000, up about $29,000 year to year. So all in all, I don't think it's too bad, considering there are a couple additional items in there which we didn't have prior.
All right. Thank you, Paul.
Any questions or comments?
So the Munis system is used by most of the departments, correct?
Munis?
Munis, yes.
Used for what?
Do other departments use?
Oh yeah, it's used across all of the bulk of the departments, because they do the initial purchase orders and do some of the invoice entry.
But it comes out of your budget.
It also includes ESS, which is employee self-service, which brings data in from the employees into our payroll system for time entry purposes. It also tracks accruals such as vacation time, sick time, and the employees are able to request when they're going to be out.
I see you had a reduction in your part-time employees. Is part of that reduction due to the automation? Or is it just based on average hours?
It is part of the automation cost.
Are you reducing the part-time employee costs because you have the investment in automation?
No, I actually have not reduced any of the employee costs due to the automation. At this point, we're not even sure how it's going to work. If it's going to work, it's actually currently being developed. It's being I guess beta tested at a couple sites, a couple Munis customers, to see how it goes. They don't expect the software to be fully available until the end of the year. I put it in the budget, but it's kind of an unknown whether we're actually going to go with it or not at this point.
Okay.
It could potentially reduce employee costs down the road.
Paul, for the financial consultants, did you have a number in there for the, I'm going to get it a little wrong. We talked about this today. There's a possible tax return we have to do for the interest arbitrage.
I did not include consultant for arbitrage. That's something I've been thinking about lately. We probably should have the calculation done sooner than later.
Okay.
For those of you that don't well, probably very few people understand what it is, but you're not allowed to earn, well, you're restricted as how much money you can earn in interest, like in CDs or investment accounts, on money that you borrowed for capital projects. So you have to track those earnings, because obviously we've done huge projects over the last few years. I had substantial money at the beginning of the year, so I invested it. So I've been tracking it. It's called an arbitrage calculation. If you go over the limit, that's considered arbitrage, and you actually have to pay those funds back to the Internal Revenue Service. So at some point, we should have a consultant check my calculation to make sure we're okay, or if we're over, make the arrangements to pay the money back. But either way, we'll be ahead of the game. She won't have to pay all the money back. So,
And I think the important thing to remember with that, the good thing overall, if we have to pay a little bit of tax on that, that means Paul made so much money and interest in the money we had that we crossed the limit. I'd rather cross the limit than like we lose money.
Well, the flip side of that is we shouldn't have to pay any money back based upon his investing taxpayer money responsibly.
In a perfect world, yes.
Another kick to the IRS.
Correct.
you
But
know.
in a perfect world, but at least it's good
No,
that
I
he's,
I
at least
fully
the
understand what you're
the positive
saying.
is Paul does an amazing job
He most certainly
Yes.
does.
with the finances.
Yes.
So,
Thanks,
you,
Paul.
oh, you're welcome.